Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about Ye, Dolla and Bianca Censori. As you guys know, Ye is in Tokyo, Japan, and what I've seen most recently is Ye performing at a nightclub. So too was Dollar sign. Now, it's been alleged that he is going to have a few vultures listening party around Tokyo, Japan, and there'll be more updates about that as time progresses. Now, I know that I've seen a few people in my comments telling me that I should stop talking about Ye, but I really don't see why I should, because it doesn't matter what is going on. The aim is we do celebrity gossips. So whether there are good things going on as it relates to Ye, bad, the in between, we're going to still talk about him. Also, I have to keep in mind that, the things that are being said about him are allegations because he's saying that he's innocent. And I know that oftentimes, being outside of a situation is different from being inside that situation. And I know that once something is going on with Ye, people are going to add to it. People are going to pad those allegations. And what I see happening at this point is the allegations are being padded. And as such, for me, who I believe is very much conscious and completely aware, I have a lot of questions as to why is it that we're hearing all of this just now. It's not as though it's a P. Diddy case wherein we can say this one particular girlfriend has always spoken about him, essaying other women or, him being physically abusive to her. We've never heard anything like that from any past, exes. And as such, I have to ask questions because it is within my right to ask questions and to really try to scramble through things and see what is making sense from what is not making sense. And naturally, as we all know with Ye, what comes in his territory ever since, he has been cancelled is that he's been lied on heavily. And we know that, yes, 2024 is definitely the year of takedown. So too 2025. And I definitely, as I've said a couple months ago, I can see where a lot of men are going to lose their livelihood. They're going to have to fight to prove their innocence. But equally, a lot of the guilty ones are going to go down. We have to be cognizant of the fact that people are people, whether you're male or female, and people do horrible things. But when it comes to the scale of what is horrible and who has been mostly horrible towards who, we have to look at men being the heavy contributor as it relates to being horrible to women. And that's just a fact. But the thing is, has he contributed to that? And on what level has he contributed to that? For me, the biggest question that I'm asking at this point, because the only lawsuit that I'm aware of is the Laurenpisciotta lawsuit and Niykee Heaton coming out with the allegations. And what is making me questioning this girl, Niykee Heaton, is the fact that she did not come out with her allegations about Ye until Laurenpisciotta filed her lawsuit. And I see Niykee Heaton and being in cahoots. And I'm going to keep it real without any apology. That's how I see it. Because in my head, I'm listening to what Niykee is saying. And I'm saying, okay, a couple years ago, Ye assaulted you. And you said Ye sexually assaulted Lauren, to the point where you went in back, you were forced to take off your clothes, your drink was spiked. We cannot dispute that. But what I'm going to dispute and what is not making any sense to me, thinking from a logical perspective, is you went outside because you felt as though you were threatened, but you came back inside to rescue your friend, and that's a good friend. But when you came back inside, you saw Ye on top of your friend, taking disadvantage of your friend, doing something to your friend that your friend did not give him permission to do. Okay, you saw that happening. You guys decide that you're going to keep it shut because you do not want to go up against this man because he was so powerful at that time. But my question is, Why is it that after you witness your friend getting assaulted by Ye, why did your friend go back to work for Ye after she was doing OnlyFans, right? I'm not judging her by OnlyFans. I'm just telling the story as they told it, right? So she was asked to work for Ye after she was doing OnlyFans, and she agreed to go back to work for him. She was chief of staff and all of that. Now, I have a question. If someone has basically assaulted you in the past, why would you go to work for the person knowing that there's a likely chance of it happening again? Or is it that you went back with the intention to basically blackmail him because you know that this is a person's behavior and you're gonna set him up, and as such, it's why you accepted those video calls, right? And those text messages without blocking him, because you know that he would have done this, and you wanted to create, evidence on him so that you can sue him at a later date, and you know that your friend would come in to back you up. That's where my question lie. Just at that part for me, I'm wondering what is going on as it relates to that portion of what is being said. Like, that's the area for me that screams something is wrong. Something is not making sense. Something is not adding up. What is the truth behind all of this? Ye could be very much guilty of the allegations that are being laid against him, but the question still exists. Why would you go ahead and work for someone who assaulted you years ago, knowing that there's a potential of that likely to happen? And it's not as though you're working in a company and after you were hired, you realize that this person is working there and you need the job, and you know that chances are I may not have to, come in contact directly with this person. It's just that we work under the same umbrella. It's not as though it's a scenario like that. You were doing business for this man. You were communicating with him without fear or anything. And then at the end of it all, he terminated you. You were in a deposition with this man to get your money. So why didn't you file a lawsuit before you got into the deposition? Because his legal team was pushing back, saying that the severance amount was ridiculous because based on what you were earning, there's no way you could be given a $3 million severance, right? So she's like, I'm not going to be the main loser, and I have things on you so that's where the red flags comes in for me. And I believe that, you know, yeah, and Sean Diddy Combs, they have worked years ago. But when I remember a woman coming on the internet to say, I was at an event, we went to an after party, Ye was there and some other colleagues were there, and they were forcing me to dance, drink, yada, yada, yada. And Ye came out in my defense saying that I don't have to do anything that I want to do. I have to ask the question, why is it that there was one Ye a couple of years ago, a woman coming out to tell the world how Ye protected her from men who wanted to take disadvantage of her, but still yet there's a woman saying that Ye is a predator like Diddy? Why is it that the allegations against Ye did not come out before Sean Diddy Combs' case? Why is it that Ye has to be always compared to someone? Why is it that Ye has to be always thrown in the likeness of someone? Make no mistakes. I'm not saying that Ye is innocent. I'm not saying that Ye is free from all blame. I'm not saying that he hasn't been a pervert in any sort of nature or form, because we know the man told us that he has a porn addiction. But does having a porn addiction means that you're a predator? It could be that you're a predator. It could be that you're not. So I have questions, and anyone with a reasonable, because I'm the type of person where I can see both sides of a discussion. And as such, based on my personality, I have to ask questions. And based on the fact that common sense exists and it should always prevail, it should always take precedence, your common sense is going to lead you to ask, why would you go back to work for someone? Why would you go work for someone who assaulted you? And that I cannot get out of my head. And as such, I want I'm honestly hoping that Niykeeheaton would sue Ye, because I believe that at that point, and I'm not saying that I want him to sue Ye because I believe that she's lying or whatever. I'm saying at that point, I believe that we will get some more information, a clearer insight as to what happened. Because if you look at a lot of lawsuits, there are things that people say that took place on dates. People did XYZ on dates, wherein people were elsewhere. Take, for example, the date when they said that Michael Jackson changed his estate and signed over his estate to elsewhere. Michael Jackson was all the way up in New York for a couple of days out of town. So that's what I'm talking about. Normally, lawsuits sheds light onto things that we believe that happened that did not happen. People tend to think that men are not victims of abuse. Men are victims of abuse. And we should all remember, as it relates to, as I was saying, as it relates to Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's lawsuit, Johnny Depp lost a lot because of Amber Heard's allegations. And it was not until the case was brought back to court and everything was made open in the public. It was a public trial and people could see evidence for themselves. People realized that, hey, you're telling me that this woman, because of her allegations, ruined this man's entire career, and now everything that she lied about is being brought to light. We have seen that happening before. And equally, we have seen people who we have praised and put on a pedestal only proven to be nothing but evil, dark, mean, and horrible. So I'm just saying it would be good for these things to come out into the public and for us to get all the facts so that we can properly form our opinion based on the facts that are laid in front of us and not just allegations. I would love to see some things that are factual, and I'm not talking about fabricated text messages or anything like that. I'm talking about facts, nothing that is tainted or anything like that. Facts. And I do believe that if these are things that Ye has done, of course, definitely, he should be held accountable for his actions, because no one should be able to abuse anyone, assault anyone, take disadvantage of anyone in any shape or form, and then gets away with it. That is what I believe in strongly. Now, moving on. We haven't seen Bianca Censori, since their last shopping spree. I know that Bianca and Ye, they're married, but at the same time, they're not joined at the hip. And also, there are times that Bianca will hang out with her friends, Ye will hang out with his friends, and Bianca is not there. So I'm just saying that we haven't seen her for the past couple of clips that was shared with us of Ye, hanging out with Dolla sign and 88 Keys. Could be that the girl is just at home, allowing him to go there with, his friends and maybe want to break, because again, that is a lifestyle that Bianca is not so accustomed to as Ye and Dolla sign. So to 88 Keys. But chances are we might be getting some, photos or videos, some kind of snippet of Bianca maybe tomorrow or in the next coming days. But guys, that's all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know what are your thoughts. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and see you guys later. Bye guys.